the Indian High Commissioner to Tanzania, Sri Devnath Shaw, Mr. Pius Maneno, the Executive Director of National Board of Accountants and Auditors, Tanzania, Honorable President of Institute, C.A. Raghu, C.A. Aman Bora, the first Chairman of Dar es Salaam Chapter, C.A. Dhaval Jasani, the Secretary, other office bearers, and my dear professional colleagues, brothers and sisters in the profession. Let me say the first word, Jambo Pa Bibi Na Bhavna. My greetings to all of you on this very auspicious occasion of the inauguration of this Dar es Salaam chapter, the 26th chapter of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India Overseas, and I'm sure it is going to be one of the finest chapters. We are very happy to see the kind of enthusiasm amongst the members in Dar es Salaam, and I'm sure the passion and this enthusiasm will certainly take the activities of this chapter to very great heights, and we'll be very happy to see this chapter blooming and growing as time goes by. The Institute is indeed proud of the excellent work which its members are rendering in different parts of the globe, and more particularly here in Tanzania. And as the Honorable His Excellency the High Commissioner mentioned, the India and Tanzania enjoys very nice and very strong economic partnership, and I'm sure, as he said, setting up this chapter will further develop the economic partnership between the two countries. So my friends, the good work which the members of the Institute are rendering in Tanzania will certainly bring more glory to the profession, more goodwill to the profession, will help in the economic growth of this country, and will certainly help in improving the relationships, the economic partnerships between these two great countries. It is our endeavor to see that wherever there is a business transaction taking place between, say, Tanzania and India, at both the ends of this business transaction, the Institute will be very happy to see that its members are there at both the ends of the transaction. And I'm sure this large gathering of members present here will certainly help in further growth of the business between the two countries, and will certainly bring more prosperity and more development to both the countries, which are, by the UN's standards, developing economies and growing economies. Friends, the Institute has been taking a lot of initiatives and has been trying to do a lot of things for its members in different parts. The Honorable President would share the initiatives which the Institute has been taking and the way forward as we see it in the country. I would just take this opportunity to share with the learned members present in this August House some of the good developments which are taking place back home in India, with a very strong government in the country. A lot of economic reforms are back on the track. Economy is booming. A lot of legislative reforms are taking place, and we are expecting a lot of foreign direct investment to come to India, and certainly the economic growth in the times to come will be much faster, and will put the country into a fast track growth as we envisage. We have, as most of you would be aware, a new legislation, Companies Act 2013, which has become effective from 1st of April 2014. And friends, you'll be happy to know that your institute has been playing a very active role in the implementation of this new law, because the law envisages a lot of procedures to be laid down by way of rules which are delegated by the Parliament to the Government of India Ministry of Corporate Affairs. And as good corporate citizens, it becomes our duty to see that the law is implemented effectively and efficiently. And in this regard, the Institute has been playing a very active role in helping in development of the rules and setting out the procedures. And our work has been acknowledged by the Honorable Finance Minister of our country and by other dignitaries from time to time. The next big change which is coming is, as you would have read, is the GST, the Goods and Service Taxes, which is going to change the way the business will be done in India, and there will be a unification of the indirect taxes which are levied on the goods and the services. The service sector in the country is booming, and it is contributing a large share to the country's GDP. And with goods and service taxes, certain anomalies which are there in the indirect taxes in the country will also be done away with, and we expect a big growth in the business and trade and commerce as a result of this new legislation. And finally, friends, as we would also be aware, the Indian accounting standards converge with the international financial reporting standards. The Honorable Finance Minister has announced that starting from 1st of April 2015, on an optional basis, and from 1st of April 2016, on a mandatory basis, the new accounting standards would be implemented in the country. Now here also, these standards have been prepared by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, given it to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and we expect the government to notify these standards very shortly. The Indian standards are the best standards, and in accordance with the best accounting standards worldwide, we have taken the IFRS. We have decided very consciously that we will not adopt IFRS, but we will converse with IFRS, given the fact that India is a big economy, a big country, and we have different laws, different customs, different usages. So it is not possible for a big country like India to straight away adopt the international standards. And therefore we went on the process of convergence, and we tried to minimize the differences between the Indian convergence standards and the IFRSs. And we had in 2011, when we completed the first phase of this process, around 6 departures from the international standards. Some of these departures, these carve-outs or these differences have been minimized over a period of time. And somewhere you'll be happy to know that the Institute propagated certain differences, and these changes have now been accepted by the international standard setting body, and the international standards have been changed in accordance with the recommendations given by the Institute. As the standard setting body, the Institute has been playing a very proactive role and is collaborating with the international standard setters, and today we have the standards where we have, so to say, 2 major departures between the Indian standards and the IFRS, and we believe that our principles need to be reconsidered at the ISB level, and therefore we have gone for this convergence process rather than to go straight away for adoption. But we follow the best ethical standards. Our standards on ethics are, as our Honorable President is also a board member of IFAC, we have ensured that we keep pace with the IFAC best standards on ethics and also on standards of auditing, and from time to time we march with these standards and keep ourselves abreast. Taking the benefit of the presence of our Honorable guest, Mr. Pius Meneno, sir, this body of Chartered Accountants with the chapter which has been inaugurated here will be carrying out various CPD activities, and we have a CPD calendar back home in India which they follow. And what we try and do is that the chapter does those activities which are relevant for the members in Tanzania. So based on the economic laws, the accounting, auditing, and other corporate laws and other commercial laws which could be relevant for our members in Tanzania, we would be encouraging them to carry out their activities. And I'm thankful that you have mentioned about supporting this chapter, and we look forward to your active support in various areas, and our office bearers will be in touch with you from time to time. Sir, you also mentioned about, and I'm thankful to you, you were kind enough to mention new beginning for coming together and for a sustainable relationship. We certainly look forward to having a MOU with you. We have a process, our Honorable President would be in touch with you, and we surely look forward to working with you with this National Board of Accountants and Auditors, and I'm thankful that you have spared your valuable time and you are present for the inauguration of this chapter. Well, friends, the Honorable President would share, as I said, the other developments taking place in the Institute. My compliments and my thanks to all of you for sparing your valuable time and for initiating the process of start of this chapter My best wishes, and I'm sure this will be one of the finest chapters of the Institute. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.